Hi, my name is Kelly McVicker, and this is Yoshimi. I've lived in San Francisco for going on 10 years now. Always in the same apartment, always in the lower Haight. This apartment has kind of been my anchor for the past 10 years. My business is McVicker Pickles. I've been doing that for about the past 3 years, and it's kind of a hybrid of education and instruction on how to ferment, make pickles, make jams, just all different food preservation related topics. And then I also make products. So I make pickles, I make mustard, I make jams, and sell those around the city.
And you also teach classes about pickling?
Yeah, and more, I am focusing my business on the teaching aspects because there are a ton of people in the Bay Area that are kind of waking up to the idea of, making their own food, doing food preservation projects in a way that allows them to eat, to preserve things seasonally, but then to not have to constantly be going to the store to buy those things, that they can preserve something themselves so that they, in December, can eat fresh tomatoes out of a jar. I learned pickling from 4 really important women in my life. My 2 grandmothers, my mother, and then a great aunt. And they all come from farming backgrounds. My whole family on both sides have been farmers in Kansas and Missouri for generations. This was something that was really second nature in my family. It wasn't a skill that I ever thought I would use professionally. It was just something that, we'd go to grandma's farm in the summer and spend a couple days putting up things from her garden, making jams, things like that. And so that was something that I always just did. My favorite thing about pickling is the process. It's a creative process. You get to, take some ingredients and decide what types of spices and flavors you want to add. But at the same time, there's certain rules that you have to follow. So it's good because it gives you a structure. You have to do it a certain way for it to be safe and for the jar to seal properly and for you to be able to know that you can, go to that jar a year from now and that it'll be good. But within that, you have a range of kind of creativity of, like I said, what spices, what flavors, how you cut the veggies, how you mix them together. And so I like that kind of the creativity within boundaries. My other favorite thing I think is just on a personal level, like people get so excited when they make their own jar of pickles. And so it's fun to see somebody come in and they don't even know what goes in the jar or what the process is, or it's kind of this mystery to them. And then they walk out and they're, holding it proudly and they're taking pictures. And I get emails all the time from people, who have taken the class and say that they went and they were inspired to make like 50 jars of pickles and give them out as Christmas gifts for their family. So Yoshi here is not a fan of dog parks. She's not really a fan of other dogs in general. She is much more into bars. So we like to go hang out at Molotov or Knock Knock, or sometimes we'll go down to Lucky 13. So she's, we'll walk by a few of these places, and if it's like the middle of the day, she just kind of makes a right turn, like she's ready to go in. So that's one of the things I do to just kind of like relax at the end of the day, socialize, is, take Yoshi around the neighborhood to meet her friends. And there's also just, like a really healthy character of, I think a lot of people here work from home, so there are a lot of cafes that you can kind of go and do a little work at and socialize and feel like you're getting out of your, apartment or your home space, but you're still at home in the neighborhood. So I go down to Cafe du Soleil a lot. Cafe International right here on the corner of Haight and Fillmore is probably my favorite place to work. It's been the place that's felt the most like a community anchor to me since I've lived here. And yeah, just kind of walking down the street and, seeing neighbors that I know and talking to, going down to Ricky Ricardo's and talking to Dick there. I teach classes at a workshop in the Western Addition, so if you're looking for something neighborhood adjacent to do, you can even walk there from the Lower Haight. Go check out their website. It's workshopsf.org, and all the classes I teach are listed on there. Or if you're interested in just doing a private class, I teach private classes here at my home, and I go to different locations, so you can get in touch with me at McVickerPickles.com and talk to me about doing a fermentation class with some of your friends, or we can do a class where I do a class called whiskey pickling, where we use whiskey and beer in the brine of all the pickles, and so it's kind of more of a party class. And then I also teach jams and jellies, again, both here at my home kitchen, or I can come to your kitchen and teach you how to make some delicious seasonal jams and jellies that you can then, especially with the holidays coming up pretty soon, you can kind of make that your cheap holiday gift for your friends and family.